Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to an episode of Earl Sports Bets. And today we've got a massive 12-game slate in the NHL today, including one of the Lake Tahoe games. That should be a fun matchup. We get Colorado and Vegas for that one. But before we get into the video, before we get into the recap of what happened yesterday in the world of the NHL, you guys know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications so you get notified each and every time we come out with a video here at Earl Sports Bets. And also, you can follow us on our social medias at Bets Earl on Twitter, at Earl Sports Bets on Instagram. I don't know where that logo went for Instagram, but also we have a Discord channel, Discord chat. If you want to join that, the link to that will be in the description below as well. And as always, leave me your best bet in the NHL in the comment section below. All right, quick recap of yesterday. We went 3-1. We're doing really well in hockey right now. I'm really excited of how we're doing right now. The only one we got wrong yesterday, Florida and Detroit. Detroit's been a dead under team this whole year, and they actually did enough to create an under, but they just gave up too many goals. No big deal. We'll chalk up that L. The Detroit team is a dead under team all year long. They were 7 of the last 3 games, or 7 of the last 10 games before that went under for Detroit. So they're an under team. They're still 6 overs to 13 unders. But regardless, Carolina and Chicago. I feel like right now, when you see Carolina on the slate, it's bet the over, bet the over, bet the over. Yeah, they're an over team, even with Chicago creating a lot of unders. I like Carolina got it done 6-3 last night. Right, and then we had our 2 sides here, which actually now in our last 21 sides with these 2 wins, we're 17-4. Edmonton got the job done last night. Winnipeg got the job done last night. Brousseau, I see you, Laurent Brousseau, with that shutout against those Vancouver Canucks. So a very nice night last night, 3-1. I will take that any day of the week. I even had later in the day, I ended up putting a 2.5 unit bet down on the Carolina Hurricanes, which cashed as well. So we had a really good night last night, and let's make today even better. Let's get started with it. Buffalo Sabres and the New Jersey Devils, -127 for the Devils, +115 for the Sabres. And look out for these Devils. -127 for the Devils, +115 for the Sabres. New Jersey coming in 6-3-2, 2-2-1 at home. Buffalo 4-7-2. They're 2-2-1 on the road. And this Buffalo team, they are really struggling this year to put anything into the net. Jack Eichel, I feel like, wants out soon. This is just not a good situation for Buffalo. I think they have 2 goals in their last 3 games. You already know where I'm going with this one. I like the Devils in this game, -127. Buffalo is beginning to be in the category with Nashville, in the category with potentially Vancouver as teams to fade. But I really like fading this Buffalo team. They've paid off the last few times. Season series, they are 1-1 between these two. Both games have gone to the over. But I really like the way Mackenzie Blackwood's been playing in net lately. He's 4-0-1. He has a .945 save percentage and only allows 1.94 goals a game. This guy is a very, very underrated goalie. Look out for Mackenzie Blackwood. He's been playing great. Give me New Jersey -127 versus the Buffalo Sabres. Next, we have the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers, -133 for the Capitals, +120 for the Rangers. Rangers got a win the other day against the Philadelphia Flyers that was COVID-ridden. So I don't really know how much stock you can really put into that win, and it took them to a shootout in order to get that win. This is kind of an iffy Rangers team, and that's why I'm looking at the under for this match. New York is 4 overs to 11 unders this season. They're only scoring 2.33 goals per game. 8 of their last 10 games have gone to the under, and we're getting a little bit of juice to that under. Yes, I'm aware Washington is more of a over team, but I can absolutely see them shutting out the Rangers today, or shutting down the Rangers today. And I like Igor Shesterkin in net. He's looked really good. Vanecek has looked better in net. So I like the under here, under 6 in this matchup. I noticed I like a lot more totals than I do sides today. So something interesting there. But next we get the Lake Tahoe game. We get the Vegas Golden Knights and the Colorado Avalanche. Minus 114 for Colorado, plus 103 for the Avalanche. Marc-Andre Fleury versus Philip Grubauer. These two goalies have looked phenomenal this year. Marc-Andre Fleury is 7-2, 0.937 save percentage, only allowing 1.56 goals per game. On the flip side, Grubauer 8-3-0, 0.936 save percentage, and has only allowed 1.64 goals per game. These are the top 2 defensive teams in the league. Colorado only allowing 2.08 goals a game. Vegas only allowing 2.14 goals a game, number 1 and number 2 in the league there. This is going to be a fun game. I love watching these two teams play. These are definitely the class of the West. And we're going to get a playoff-style hockey game. We're going to get high defense, really talented play, really high-quality play, and an under in this game between the Colorado Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. Next, we have the Florida Panthers taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Minus 168 for the Panthers, plus 152 for the Red Wings. Over under 5.5 goals for this game. Florida is 11-2 and 2, 6-0-1 on the road. Detroit is 4-12-3, 2-5-2 at home. And looking at this game, this is going to be a pass for me. I had the complete wrong read on this yesterday with the over or the under. I think this can go under 5.5 if Detroit can ever stop them. But these two teams are kind of going the opposite ways for totals. Florida is playing like an over team right now, 6 of their last 10 games. Detroit's playing like an under team, 7 of their last 10 games. So this game is going to be overall a pass for me, even though Florida's won 4 of the 5 of these matchups, and the under has hit 4 out of the 5 of these matchups. I'm just going to pass on this game and see what happens. Detroit's not really a team I'm looking to go and bet on their games right now. So we're going to pass on the Florida Panthers and the Detroit Red Wings. Next, we have the New York Islanders heading to Pittsburgh to play the Penguins, minus 118 for Pittsburgh, plus 107 for the Isles. Looks like we're going to get Semyon Varlamov versus Tristan Jarry in goal. And this is another one of those passes because these two teams just conflict on each other. Their styles of play conflict, so I don't really know where to go for the totals. Total in this series is 2-1 to the over. Pittsburgh is 2-1 in this series. Islanders are a under team. Pittsburgh is definitely an over team. 5 overs, 11 unders for New York. Pittsburgh 9 overs, 6 unders for their games so far this season. So this is going to be a pass for me. I would lean towards the Pittsburgh Penguins side a little bit, and I'll lean towards the under. But this is going to be a pass for me. Next, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Minus 107 for the Leafs, minus 103 for Canadiens. Over under 6.5 goals, and this is Montreal's first game in a week. They had a break. They're coming in 9-4-2, 3-4 at home. So they're struggling at home this year so far. With Toronto coming in 13-3-2, 5-1-1 on the road. Toronto is looking like a very good team this year. Both these teams are playing much better defense. These defenses are really what's controlling these, what's really helping their success. Even though they are top 10, both these teams in goals scored per game, 3.72 for the Maple Leafs. That's second in the NHL. 3.47 for Montreal. That's sixth in the NHL. These two teams also have top 12 defenses, only allowing 2.67 goals per game for Toronto and only allowing 2.53 goals per game for Montreal. I think we're going to see a playoff-style hockey game where we're going to see a lot of good defense, kind of like what we're going to see with Vegas and Colorado. I'm expecting the same between the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs today. We're going under the 6.5 goal total in that game. Next, we have, my favorite team in the NHL right now, the team that's making me the most money. We have the Nashville Predators taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, minus 125 for the Blue Jackets, plus 113 For the Predators, over under 5.5 goals. And yes, the team that's making me the most money in the NHL right now is the Nashville Predators when I bet against them. Nashville is 6-10-0, 1-6 on the road. Columbus coming in 8-6-4. They're 5-2-2 at home. And this is a plain and simple fade Nashville train until they prove me otherwise. This Nashville team has done nothing to show me that they are a team that I'm going to put any money on. And I'm going to continue betting on them until they prove me wrong. I'm going to bet them against them every single game until Nashville wins the game. And then I'm going to bet on them against them again until they make me lose another game. I'm probably going to go 2 to 3 losses before I stop betting against Nashville Predators every single game. This team is awful right now. They are an absolute fade. They're ranked really low for me. I would say the only teams I have ranked below them are probably Detroit. I have Detroit. I think that's the only team I really have below them. So if that's in maybe LA, but I am not a fan of this Nashville team, to say the least. So we're going with the Blue Jackets, minus 125 in this game. Next, we have the Los Angeles Kings taking on the Arizona Coyotes, minus 150 for the Coyotes, plus 136 for the Kings. Kings coming in 6-6-3, 7-6-3 are the Arizona Coyotes. And this game is going to be a pass for me. I'm not really getting much of a read for this one. Both these teams are 5-5 in their last 10 games, or 5-4-1 for LA. These two teams are a game in either direction for totals. This is just not a game I have much of a read on. We're going to end up passing up on this game. I would lean towards the Coyotes at minus 150, but that's a little bit too much of a price tag. So overall, this is a pass game for me. Leaning towards the Arizona, leaning towards the over. Next, we have the San Jose Sharks taking on the St. Louis Blues, minus 176 for St. Louis, plus 159 for the Sharks, over under 5.5 goals. And St. Louis is just one of those teams where I don't have much of a read on them. I think they're supposed to be a good team, but they're always priced way too high, and I never want to take their opponent because I don't really like betting against the Blues unless it's the Avalanche or the Knights. Then I don't mind it. St. Louis is 10-5-2. San Jose is 6-7-2. These teams slightly play towards the over this year. 8-7 in favor of overs for San Jose. St. Louis is 10-7 in favor of overs. But I'm going to fade this game. I'm going to pass on this one. Slight lean towards the St. Louis Blues. Slight lean towards the over. Pass on both sides. Next, we have probably, if Vegas and Colorado were not on the slate, I think this is the marquee matchup of the day. Minus 146 for the Tampa Bay Lightning, plus 132 for the Carolina Hurricanes. Bringing plus money on Carolina at home, that is definitely intriguing, but the only thing that's pulling me back on that is it's supposed to be Alex Nedeljkovic in goal for Carolina versus Andrei Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay. Just something I don't want to really mess with, but there is something I do want to mess with, and that's the over. I really like the over in this match. 6 goals. Carolina is 9-1 to the over in their last 10 games, and Tampa Bay is 7-3 to the over. These two teams are putting up goals. I think we're gonna see some goals in this game. Tampa Bay is averaging 3.86 goals a game, which is top in the NHL. Oh, yeah, Carolina is 3.67. They're third in the NHL. These two teams can score. I don't know what we're going to get from Nedeljkovic, so he's not a great goalie. Vasilevsky kind of scares me with this over, but I think Tampa Bay can probably get this over by themselves. I think this can be a really high-scoring game. So give me the over 6 goals between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Carolina Hurricanes. All right, next we have the Minnesota Wild taking on the Anaheim Ducks, minus 130 for the Wild, plus 118 for the Ducks, over under of 5.5 goals. And with one of these teams in particular, it's a pretty simple bet every single game for them until they prove me otherwise. We're going with the under here in Anaheim and Minnesota. Both these teams play towards the under. 6 and 7 to the under for Minnesota. 4 overs, 12 unders for Anaheim so far this year. This game, I think, should have been more at a 5 total rather than a 5.5. Then that would have been a little bit more interesting. But when John Gibson is in net and the Anaheim Ducks are on the ice, this is a under team 100% of the way. Give me the under between Anaheim and Minnesota. And our final game of the day, we have the Calgary Flames taking on the Edmonton Oilers, minus 129 for the Oilers, plus 117 for the Calgary Flames. I believe it's going to be Jacob Markstrom back in net for Calgary after David Rittich started yesterday, and it's probably going to be Mikko Koskinen in for Edmonton, which leads me to say I like Calgary in the spot. I think this is a great bounce back spot for them. They lost last night versus Edmonton. I think they bounce back and get the win tonight. We get Jacob Markstrom back in net, so we don't have a backup goalie for them. And I like Mike Smith more than Mikko Koskinen, so Koskinen in makes me like the Flames a little bit even more. So give me the Flames plus 117 versus the Oilers today. All right, let's quickly recap over our plays for today, and then we're going to head on out for this video. We're taking the New Jersey Devils at minus 127. We have the under in Washington and the Rangers of 6. We have the Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights also going under the total here at 6.5. We have the Columbus Blue Jackets minus 125 versus the Nashville Predators, over 6 for the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Carolina Hurricanes, under 5.5 goals between the Anaheim Ducks and the Minnesota Wild, and the Calgary Flames at minus 117. If this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel down below, and turn on those push notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at RL Sports Bets. But that's going to just about do it for this video. And thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe as always. Let's cash some bets. Let's make some money in the NHL tonight. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.